Most people work hard for their salary, but very few know how to design it. You see, a salary is not just income, it is the absolute foundation of your future wealth. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're diving into the salary architecture framework. This is a brilliant, structured system developed by Ravi Prakash at Fortune 5 Consultancy Services, and it's designed to help you convert that raw monthly income into long-term financial freedom. So let's look at how to treat your paycheck as a true blueprint.
Going back to that thought for a second, most people working hard for their salary, but very few knowing how to design it. This really challenges the traditional mindset we're all taught growing up, right? We're conditioned to think that getting the paycheck is the finish line. We trade our time, our energy, our expertise, and boom, we get paid. But earning it? That's actually just gathering the raw materials. If you don't step up and act as the architect, if you don't actively design what happens the moment that money hits your account, well, the whole structure eventually just collapses under the weight of everyday expenses.
The core philosophy here really boils down to a simple, elegant equation. Salary leads to wealth, which ultimately leads to freedom. It's basically a conveyor belt of financial engineering. You start with the salary, you intentionally convert it into wealth-generating assets, and then, down the line, those assets buy back your time. That is what gives you absolute freedom.
Okay, let's jump right into this blueprint. We are going to cover 5 structural pillars today. 1. Foundation of future wealth. 2. Allocation and asset protection. 3. Growth and tax optimization. 4. Automating financial success. And 5. Achieving true financial freedom.
Let's start with Phase 1, the foundation of future wealth. Just like building a physical skyscraper, any great financial structure needs a rock-solid, meticulously mapped foundation. If there are cracks down there, everything you build on top is at risk. So you literally cannot build wealth without absolute clarity on exactly what is coming in. You've got to know your cash flow. And I'm not just talking about your primary monthly salary here. We need to map out every single stream flowing into your financial river. Are you getting quarterly bonuses or incentives? Do you have rental income? What about a side hustle, business income, or passive income from past investments? The very first rule of this framework is crystal clear visibility. List every source of income, know when it lands, and understand how consistent it is before you even think about building.
Which brings us to Phase 2, allocation and asset protection.
So, once that foundation is poured, you have to give every single dollar or rupee or euro a highly specific job to do. Because without a system, we all fall victim to Parkinson's law, right? Our expenses just magically expand to eat up our entire paycheck. The golden rule here is allocating your budget into 3 distinct buckets: 50% for essentials, 30% for lifestyle, and 20% for wealth creation. Essentials are the non-negotiables: rent, groceries, utilities. The lifestyle bucket, that's the fun stuff: dining out, hobbies, your vacations. And that final 20%, that's the wealth creation bucket. That is the concrete you're actually pouring for your future.
Now, I know the word budget can sound a bit like a financial straitjacket. A lot of people hate it, but budgeting isn't restriction. Budgeting creates direction. Think about it. When you allocate that 30% to your lifestyle, you're actually giving yourself guilt-free permission to enjoy your money because you know for a fact that your future is already being funded by the other 20%. You aren't restricting yourself at all, you're just giving your money a precise compass. But before we get too focused on making that wealth grow, we have to ask, what happens if a storm hits? The framework has a strict rule here: protection first, investment next. You need a protection umbrella. Think of this as the essential defensive shield for your foundation. Term insurance protects your family's financial future. Health insurance shields you from sudden medical bankruptcies. An emergency fund acts as a shock absorber for things like a sudden job loss or a huge unexpected repair. And disability cover protects your variability to earn. If you skip building this shield, one major life storm can literally wash away years of hard work.
All right, moving to Phase 3, growth and tax optimization. With our defensive shield up, now we actively start building the blueprint upwards. And this requires a total shift in mindset, specifically looking at savings versus investment. Because here's the truth: savings alone rarely create financial independence. Parking your cash in a standard bank account might feel safe, but with inflation eating away 3 to 5% of its value every single year, it's actually experiencing structural decay. Income grows only when it's invested wisely. Investing is how you put your money to work so it can pull its own weight on the construction site.
So what are these growth engines where your money can start working just as hard as you do? Well, mutual funds offer diversified, professionally managed growth. Equity gives you actual ownership in profitable businesses. Recurring investments are huge. They ensure you are continuously adding bricks to the structure every single month, totally ignoring the market highs and lows. And please don't overlook that last one, skill development. Reinvesting in yourself to boost your primary earning power? That is honestly one of the highest return investments you could ever make.
But here is a critical piece of the puzzle. It's not just about earning more. It's about keeping more. You could build this absolutely stunning skyscraper, but if you leave all the windows wide open during a hurricane, the inside is going to get wrecked. In financial terms, the tax man absolutely loves an open window. Taxes can dramatically erode your wealth if they aren't strategically managed.
To keep more of your hard-earned money intact, you need optimization strategies acting as your structural beams. Now, proper tax planning isn't about evading taxes. It's simply about claiming the legal section benefits provided by the government to reduce your liability. Every dollar saved there is a dollar kept in your pocket. Using dedicated retirement accounts often gives you massive tax advantages, and smart investing just means understanding the tax implications of exactly where you're putting your cash. These strategies are absolutely vital for optimizing that long-term trajectory.
Next up, Phase 4. Automating financial success.
Okay, so we've built this structure. Now we have to systematize it. Why? Because discipline beats motivation every single time. Motivation is a fleeting emotion. Sure, you might feel incredibly motivated today watching this explainer, but what about 3 months from now, on a really stressful Friday when you see some shiny new gadget you want to buy? Discipline, on the other hand, is a highly reliable, automated system. Automating your finances completely removes human emotion and human temptation from the entire investment process.
So let's build that foolproof success loop. Step 1. Automate your SIPs, your systematic investment plans. The exact moment your salary hits your account, your wealth allocation should automatically transfer out before you even have a chance to look at it. Step 2. Review quarterly. You do not need to check the stock market every day. Just do a structural inspection every 3 months. Step 3, and this is a big one, avoid lifestyle inflation. When you get a raise, don't just immediately upgrade your car or your wardrobe. Increase your wealth allocation proportionally. And finally, stay consistent. Time and consistency are the heavy machinery that actually build real wealth.
Finally, Phase 5. Achieving true financial freedom.
This brings us to the ultimate summit of this whole architectural endeavor. Because the end goal here isn't just a high bank balance or looking at a really flashy spreadsheet. The ultimate goal is the absolute security to live life strictly on your own terms. It is the freedom to choose your work because you want to, not because you have to. It's the freedom to retire with dignity. It's the profound peace of mind of knowing your family is totally secure. And ultimately, it's about building a legacy that outlasts you.
At the end of the day, a salary without a structure, it simply disappears into the ether of everyday expenses. But a salary with architecture creates lasting wealth. The framework is right in front of you. The blueprint is drawn. So I'll leave you with this one final thought. Have you started designing yours? The foundation is waiting. It's time to build.